Hello and welcome to another episode of TreeWalker Talks. Glad you could join me. I hope you enjoy it. Today, first I want to kind of add on to the last episode we have on setting goals. I'd like to set the goal to actually have one podcast every week for a whole year. So 52 episodes. Just going to try to do it. Some may be shorter, some may be longer. I've already got a couple planned in the works, so hopefully 52 coming out at you. All right. This episode we shall call Going It Alone. Okay, so this can be a lot of people run into this. It can be an issue. Some people work through it. But going it alone. So, what if you decide homesteading, farmsteading, going back to your roots, however you want to call it, is what you want to do? But the person you're with or the people you're with don't share that same view. They're more, I'll say for my instance, they're more city people. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Just, I guess because I'm more introverted and they're more extroverted, they tend to like to go out and do things and be the center of everything. To where I'm okay staying home, taking care of the animals, just chilling, enjoying what you have. So, what are some of the problems with this? Well, we all have days where we're not feeling good. You're down, sick, whatever the reason. Well, if you're doing it alone, that doesn't matter. There's no one there to pick up the slack for you. You're going to have to still go out and feed those animals, water those animals, take care of them, check on them, make sure everything's good. So that can be a huge problem. In my case, if something's really horrible, I can sometimes get people to go out and do it for me. But it just depends because they have so many things going on, be it cross country, track, ice skating, just a little bit of everything, which is great. That's what they choose. That's what they want to do. But you have to know that if you're the only one doing it, this is what you're choosing to do. And it can get rough, especially when it comes butcher time and you're the only one doing the butchering, even though a lot of people like to taste what you're butchering. So there's another one. The end game, if that's what you're doing, other than just like, say if you're raising chickens just for eggs and that, then the end game is picking up your chicken eggs. But eventually they're going to stop laying. And what are you going to do with them? Me, I eat them. So now you're going to have to butcher them by yourself. Unless maybe you have some family or friends that you can get with that want to share in the work and share in the rewards. But, let's go the next step. Okay, just the garden. Out of the 4 people here, I do the majority of the work, and I have one of the daughters that will actually help out in the garden if asked and kind of, do you really want to help out? And she'll come out and help. She does kind of enjoy it. The problem is she doesn't care to put her hands in dirt. She doesn't like the feel of dirt. So, I guess barring starting a complete hydroponic, aquaponic system, she's not going to enjoy it as much as I do. The other 2, I don't know. It's been a long time since either of them even stepped foot out in the garden. I guess I take that back. The little miss, she does go out in the garden when I may force her to go out and kind of look at the things because it is beautiful. But other than that, no. You ask them when I plant it out there or what's out in the greenhouse right now, neither of them going to know. The youngest, she'll know because I've showed her and kind of, she enjoys some of that stuff. And the other side of the gardening is when it comes time to harvest, you may not have any help there either. So, depending on what you're going to do with it. If you're just eating from the garden and that's all you plan on doing, that's not that rough. But if you plan on taking all the extra you have and canning it, that could be a little rough, all the processing and everything all by yourself. But it makes me feel good to know that I'm actually having some food set aside in case things go a little array, look around. It's not a big surprise if things aren't going to go great or prices are going to go through the roof or whatever. So everybody will share in the fruits of your labor, but you may be the only one doing the labor. So that's, you have to know that going in. So you actually have to plan a little bit more, and especially if you're working a lot of time on your day job, you have to kind of plan when you can do things and try to fit them in. And some days you're not going to feel like it. Some days you're not going to have the energy to go out there. You're not going to want to do it. But for the end game, you have to. I mean, I'm not saying you don't take days off and don't have some relaxing days, but they're few and far in between. And if that's the life you want, then that's great. And if you have young ones, try all you can to make it fun, enjoyable, and let them learn from you so that they'll learn and hopefully be a little self-sufficient when they grow up. I've got a 50-50 here. One's always going to be a consumer, and one will be partial consumer, partial producer. That's the best I'm going to get right now. That's what I'm going to go for. Hopefully, maybe when their kids come around, I can really turn them on to growing their own food and preserving all of what they grow. So that's pretty much it for this episode. Just kind of wanted to explain some of the pluses and minuses. Wait, what? No, I guess I didn't say any pluses to doing it alone. Okay, well, some of the pluses that you can get from it being only you is, guess what? You have final say. No one's going to tell you what to grow, how to grow it, where to grow it, what you should do. It's all up to you. You can plan everything out. You can control exactly what kind of chemicals or natural fertilizers or any of that that's put on your garden. It's all you. I mean, that's good and bad. It's nice sometimes to have someone to bounce things off of. But you know what? That's what online communities are for too. And there's a lot of them. Which kind of brings me up to maybe the next episode or the episode after that. I plan on doing a podcast on all of the podcasts I listen to. Maybe you can check some of them out and learn something and maybe become part of the community, which is something I have to work a little bit harder at. It's hard for me, being, like I said earlier, introverted, to work out there and make friends and try to join the communities. But I do have a small group of community that's into my gaming, and they do like some of these videos and stuff from my homesteading too. I wouldn't trade them for the world. They're great. Okay, so really, you never have to go it alone. There's always community out there. They may not be physically able to help, but they can mentally and spiritually even help you on your path to self-sufficiency or just betterment. Okay, thanks for joining me for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope maybe it gave you a little inspiration. Remember, stay alive out there and keep on surviving.